we will call the March 6th, 2023 planning and zoning Piasta to order. We'll do a quick roll call.
Mike.
Here.
Wes.
Yep. Here.
Shelley. Yep.
Here. And Donnie will not be here tonight. Could we get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the minutes from our last meeting, January 23rd, 2023, was sent out. Does anyone have any suggested changes or questions? And if not, could we get a motion to approve the minutes?
Did we hear anything from the DOT?
Yeah, they're negotiating the price right now, so we're not gonna hear anything on that.
So they are at least,
They're talking to the property owners, yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Really?
I wasn't expecting it.
I don't think anybody was expecting to hear that.
and and I don't know if it's going to be purchasing the entire 144 acres or just the parcels that they need to do the diamond interchange. So that we kind of have to back off as a city because we're not property owners and let them duke it out.
We did the right thing, so kind of pushing the,
Yeah. Yep. So I
That'd be a
don't,
game changer right there.
oh, I think that'd be awesome.
with an interchange there,
Oh,
Yeah.
just because,
that's okay. That's all right. That's all good.
well, but I mean, just look how nice it is by the truck stop now.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
Oh.
Just,
Everything can spread from that diamond.
well, that too, but just the keeping people from,
Oh, that-
anytime on,
I know I get really scared when I cross Cox Spring.
yes.
Every day I cross that over.
It's terrifying. Yep.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
Especially when this weather's a little dicey.
Yeah.
I watched a truck and a trailer pull out and everything was fine, but he spun and he got going, but the truck got past and the trailer didn't, so the car did
Oh,
right into the trailer. Ooh. Same kind of thing last year. It was just one of those mornings, you know, just a little slick, you know.
Everyone's just running behind and
When it's foggy.
Yeah.
so hopefully by the
Well,
end of the month,
perfect, right?
yeah, so by the end of the month, they said they hope to have a preliminary design. So we'll wait and see. And it's all very preliminary. But yeah,
So that means they officially are moving forward with something.
yeah, they have to do something.
Something,
Yep.
okay.
Yep, because when they renewed that corridor preservation district, that was, they renewed it. So then we made letter, well, the city made letter to them saying, we have a projected possible project going here. So then that was kind of their notice. You've got 30 days to do something. That notice ended February 18th. Then we started emailing them and calling them twice a week to say, you need to make up your mind what you're doing here because the time, clock is ticking. So this is kind of where we're at. So they had a 10-day window to make an offer to the property owners. So I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
Okay, so we do need a motion to approve the minutes.
How many motions approved?
I'll second the motion for the minutes. All in favor?
I,
So then next, we're looking at the plan of survey of lot 1, southeast fourth of the southwest fourth of the section 15. You counted, that was the piece where it looked like the property owner wanted to split or kind of the homestead portion of the rest of the yard.
So what this is Leonard Smith, he is selling his property to AJ Spiegel. And where that proposed hash sign is, that's his farm. He would like to remain on the property, so he is rezoning or replatting to have that removed from the remaining 200, I think there's 203 acres altogether, so that the sale can go through. So this is outside of our corporate boundaries, so we're just, doing it as a courtesy review.
since you got all those boxes in?
He has those 6, so if that went to the
Oh, right
to the
there.
west,
Yep,
the little, that one and then down,
okay.
and then back over to Cox Spring.
Wow, that's a chunk of land, isn't it?
It is. So that means, that means more utilities out there for AJ. So I just want to go through 1 year without a bond letting.
Does he have plans to do something with them?
He said he has somebody that's interested in doing a 200,000 square foot warehouse. We'll see what happens. And then I've also heard rumors that A.Y. McDonald is talking to him. So it depends on the day, depends on the person. I don't know.
Mhm.
That would make sense for AY.
Yeah, that would.
The only problem with any warehousing, any manufacturing there, it's trying to get back out on Highway 20. So you've got the same problem you have.
Well, it's not going east, it's going west,
No, yeah, you're right.
right?
Mhm. And those roads are not rated for semis. So there's a problem there. I heard a rumor
Well, it'd be partly rated, isn't it, because of the cement trucks?
yeah, that part of Hot Springs is, but if you come down on North Cascade
Oh,
and try to come over
farther.
and down into
I got you.
interchange, then it's not.
Yeah, I got you, sorry.
And that's a 2-lane road, Cox Springs. So when you get a semi, 2 lanes is not enough to turn onto. So I mean, there's just a whole host of issues that we're gonna have to deal with as he develops that. Water and sewer is pretty much the site. There's that little triangle right below.
Yeah.
Burton. So I mean, the water sewer is right there. It's just, I want to work with AJ and figure out how he wants to plat that all out. So I'm running 1 line, so I'm not running 6 lines.
Mhm.
So we will, I guess just stay tuned. But it'll have to be annexed in before he does anything, obviously. So there's a process. So that'll all come back to you guys for review. And that's all I know about it. So again, this is just a courtesy review.
Yeah.
Your recommendation will go to council on the 14th.
I'll make a motion to approve the plat application.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Great. We'll move on to the review of the proposed plan for Kelly Oaks Park.
Okay, this one kind of caught me off guard because I tripped upon the ordinance where it says that plan all road and park development projects. So moving forward, this will be something that planning and zoning will have to take a look at. This will include the turn lane project that we have slated for Birds and Piasta Street, the whole reconstruction of Cap Drive. So you could just imagine as our street and our parks projects become to fruition, then they'll have to come through you for your review and approval. I think most of you have already seen this before. Again, this is just trying to abide by our ordinances. Am I missing anything, Les? Because you're on the parks.
How long is that trail? You know,
That's a good question. I don't know right off the top of my head.
you have to stay a certain distance away from the train track, or
I think,
I'm just curious of the rhyme and reason.
Yeah.
How the trails laid out.
that's.
I'm still the guy, and I'm gonna promote this till I'd love to see one go the whole way.
Yeah, that's the end goal. Yes, to answer your first question, I'm sure there is a regulation to stay so many feet from the tracks. With that ravine being there,
Yeah.
there's no issue.
Right, you're kind of not a
Yeah,
natural
it's not, the big issue now is the property owners on the south side are not real happy with that developing out because they're afraid of headlights, people partying, staying out late. Am I missing anything?
Moving trees.
Removing trees, which we've been told there's a number of them that have to come out anyway because they're stunted. Yeah, they're stunted. So anyway, there's just a couple of people that are really against this because it's in their backyard. But we are moving forward. There is money in the new budget coming up that will take a sidewalk from Kelly Oaks up to Seton School and cross over, go down to Juliana. So
Perfect,
we're getting there.
great.
It's going to be baby steps because there's been a lot of changes at the state legislature level that is really going to impact us financially. So it might slow down. Oh, yeah,
For the better or worse?
for the worse.
Because of the flat tax and all that, like they.
Well, the loss, the local option sales tax, they're trying to take that away from it. So we could use some parks. The biggest switch for us is the rollback on multi-res and single-family houses. They're rolling it back even further, so that takes your valuation down. That means less property taxes for us. They're also looking at the commercial side. The rollback is at 90%. They're taking it back to 80. So that's less property tax for us.
That really hurts us.
And the IRS, the Department of Revenue at the Iowa level miscalculated the formula. And I'm not political by any means, but the Democrats came in with a fix. The Republicans said, no, we're just gonna let it roll this year. Cities have to deal with it. So the new valuations are not out yet. So I don't know. I know what I want to set my max levy at, but until I get those new revised property taxes, it's just like throwing darts up against the wall. It could be anywhere from 37 to 237,000 less in property taxes. That's a chunk of change.
Definitely.
Yeah, for each one of those. Will there be any path from birds over to this at all? Anywhere?
Doing what?
Will there be a path anywhere from like birds to,
Birds is not on the corporate boundary, so
it doesn't matter? Okay.
Juliana would be the closest one.
Closest. Okay. I was just curious.
oh, that's fine. I mean, overall, maybe you have seen it, maybe you haven't, but the overall arching design is to get it to Juliana, back up behind Darkbird, connect over to whatever's happening on Conlin and Fobbs property, and then going down to Moose Lake, making the connectivity up through NICC, and then crossing over on Enterprise Drive, taking Etta out to the industrial park. And with some real high thinking that people want to take it under the railroad tracks from the industrial park up to that area that AJ owns with a couple of ponds. So, I mean, that's way down the road, but that kind of gets us all the way looped around. We'll never be able to make the connectivity to the, what's that, Heritage Trail?
That's true.
Because it's just way too far out. But 20 years we'll have this done.
That would be maybe my only thought is if there would ever be a potential for a trail or a, you know, I've always said you're gonna get close, right? Now would be that rest of the park coming west and then you could connect out here by the fire station, right?
Mhm.
You'd have a natural loop, right? My only question on this, could you make that north part just straight? You know, and then in time, I mean, this is fine, but in time, if you could kick into it, you'd kind of be set up for it, right?
Well, and the idea with the subdivision that Callahan's putting in, they're gonna have trails and stuff, aren't they?
Yes, that is a requirement. They, and sidewalks, and there are 3 lots, I believe, that he's gonna dedicate to the city, which I'm super excited about. Because we have to maintain them. Yeah. So we're thinking about maybe, this hasn't been brought to parks, but Dean and I were kind of kicking around doing like a little pocket park right beside Darkbird, because we own that little lot there. So we envision having like a bridge to allow those people from Thunder Valley 3, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, to be able to cross that bridge, come over, have the pocket park, and then do the connect, take the trail east.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So council doesn't know about this or anything, so.
No, I think, I mean, if you look at some communities, though, this is an area that we can really, all that stuff's really good, what you're talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's exciting to think about.
Yeah, and the Parks Committee is working on getting ready to go out to having the rubber hit the road, going out to businesses, trying to get monies to support this, to get it moving a little bit faster.
So I know this isn't very unpopular even to say out loud. Have you thought about raising taxes to do some of this stuff?
I've thought about raising taxes last year and it didn't go. It's not gonna go this year. We did the max levy, but that's kind of where we're at. Another fear of mine is legislation is moving along that is in essence penalizing you for growth. Anything over 2 to 2.5%. You're not able to raise your levy. We had 9.7% growth last year. So there's another component that will stagnate us.
Really?
So this is what gets very frustrating. I can tiff, but if I don't have any property taxes coming in to support these projects, then we're not gonna be able to do them. And if they keep doing the rollback as much as they are, that's gonna lessen my property taxes, which means I'm not gonna be able to keep staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember that when we're voting.
It's being Debbie Downer, but this is my life right now.
Well, I just think that, you know, I mean, our taxes are, and they are what they are. Nobody likes to pay more, right? But I think sometimes if you could promote the fact of this is, and then see it,
What we're gonna do with it.
right? I think it'd still be a tough uphill battle probably, but I think you could get a lot of people there.
And I think we will, but like this year, we're gonna bond again to get some more larger machinery. We're gonna do more improvements to PCC to the tune of about 1.7 million. This building has never been taken care of. This is our crown jewel here. So we need to get this, and I think people will understand that. Then I think maybe in 2 years, kind of when the dust settles on everything, then we can take a look at really just, hitting hard with monies for parks and trails.
Okay.
Yep.
So when is this plan to start? Or what is,
Wes, would you like to take that?
We've talked about doing different phases versus all in one phase. But I think if we get this stuff all to go through us and then through city soon, we want to make progress. We don't want it to be just a project that's like, oh, that sounds great. We want to actually go for it. So I
like?
think that's the plan.
years or
What's that?
Like 6 months, a year, 2 years?
See, that's what we brought up at the last meeting. They really need to designate 18 to 36 months. This is what you'll see. 36 to 72 months. This is what you'll see. And not only here, but down Juliana, kind of the big vision, because when you go out and you're trying to solicit funds, people want to know what you're planning.
What's going on?
Well, and I think like you were saying with taxes, I feel like if there's at least a start, then people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
ooh, they'll get more excited, they'll get kind of.
And I wish I could have people from the community write letters saying, this is what we want. We would understand if you had to raise our taxes. That would be fabulous. I would love that because I want to raise them.
Wow.
Even,
This is something that they've wanted a long, I mean,
yes.
it's been on the,
Well, this has been going on, what, 6 years, 7 years?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's time to get some finality in and get it done.
And the money that we received has to be used within
2026.
Yeah, 3 years. So that's even more of a push, like we gotta get this rolling.
What is the secondary parking lot? Is that off of Mill Street?
Right here.
On the left,
Yeah.
that's a cul-de-sac. I think that's the end of Mila.
So is there actually gonna be a parking lot there?
People they can park there. Isn't there a house there?
I thought there was too. Like.
Where that line is, there is a house.
Right here.
Yeah, right there, straight down. I think.
Oh, like right here.
Yeah, right there. But yeah, the other part of that cul-de-sac is part of the park.
Okay. So people could just park in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's flat there.
Okay.
There's not much space there. I mean, you can probably put a couple cars, but
Like there's a car right.
it drops. It did stop shortly after.
Okay.
You can kind of see the dirt there. That's
Mhm.
that's about where it's flat.
is there any chance to get the sidewalk put into it this year?
Well, it's budgeted and it's gonna be part of the bonding project, so I don't know, it's all gonna be very dependent on concrete prices. No, that's Dean's Wellhouse.
Mhm.
So if he can get it done, I have full faith that he'll get it done.
Cause I only think that'll help it once it's more
Mhm.
accessible by foot or bike or whatever. too.
Right. Whose beautifully manicured lawn is that?
That's
The bird.
The birds, silver and dark bird. Right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They own that lot next to it. The grass doesn't look quite as nice.
Yeah, they're really long.
Nice lot.
Careful, you're recorded.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I know it's,
I think it's,
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to leave the park as it's laid out.
oh, second.
All in favor? And I don't think we had any citizens jump on the Zoom call that I'm aware of.
That's
There's nobody here, so
Wherever.
good.
Nope, there's no out there.
motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good stuff.
So,
Um,
so